This playthrough is rated E10+.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Sly 3 Among Thieves, or the last episode. This time we started the final chapter, and we were making not so good headway because at the beginning of it, Sly almost got destroyed by the creature of Dr.m. However, with the help of his companions and the help of unsuspected, or the surprising help from Carmelita Fox, we're able to get there. But now we're getting close. We have to destroy these towers, and so we can get in closer to stop Dr.m. and Dr.m. But he does seem to have a lot of the cards. Even Carmelita had to back off for a bit. I mean, she's still around, but she's probably distracting. Actually, right now I think she's distracting the creature, so she can't really help us directly. Guru was able to mess with some sharks and make them his friends. Sang is my best friend with the shark. Who would have known you could be best friends with a shark? You know, although Jabberjaw would have told the word with me for saying something like that. God, I wonder if anyone remembers Jabberjaw. Not saying it was a good show. It's just it was during the time of the Scooby-Doo clone era of cartoons, where I swear it was technically those shows were before I was born, like when they first released. But like with the success of Scooby-Doo, like everyone and his mother, well, like any popular franchise, right? Everyone tries to copy it to make their own. Actually, I think in Hanna-Barbera's case, I think it was the same studio. Actually, there might have been like one or two other studios that tried to copy it, but for the most part, it was like Hanna-Barbera's saw the success of Scooby-Doo, so let's do. Let's see, there was Jabberjaw. I don't think Josie and the Pussycats were supposed to be a direct copy of that. There was one where, God, I'm trying to remember all the different shows, because there was a lot of them. There was one with the car, the Rudy or whatever his name was, like, or whatever he did. He was like, oh, I don't know. There was the one about the kids in space. I think there was one about ghosts too, or something like that. But, oh, that's it.
All 3 radar towers are cooked. Penelope, you're wonderful.
All right, that's Penelope's job. Who next will?
With the guided missiles offline, we've got a chance at air superiority here.
I'm in. I've rested long enough.
You sure?
This is my legacy we're fighting for. You think I want to sit this one out?
Understood. The biplane launcher, although untested, should get you aloft. It's gonna be tough up there.
Be tougher down here watching others fight my battles for me.
I like how this.
To disable the turret, you'll need to destroy their sensor bank. Unfortunately, it's only exposed for a short period after a missile is launched. Nice shooting.
You're not off to good. Are you not invincible during the turn? I guess not. I was assuming that maybe like while you're turning that you're invincible, but I guess that's not. Fine. I didn't want to live anyway.
Nice shooting. Good thing Penelope took out those radar towers, or the sky would be thick with guided missiles, all heading for you.
We're doing a little bit better. Yeah. I always have to take a hot minute before I could. God, I keep saying that term way too often. Yeah, I just have to take a short moment to just like get my bearings in order between episodes to get my gaming feng shui back in. You know, my you know. I mean, I'm a. Whoa! Did not expect to get attacked from behind by those lasers. But I mean, I'm a man. This is the guy who's playing this. This is the guy who's beaten all the Dark Souls games. You know, played those shooters. I forgot what they're called now. The ones with like the crazy shooters. I mean, I haven't beaten those games on like hard mode or anything like that. But you know, I've beaten games that aren't for like your common.
You're out of ammo. Look around the fortress. Dr.m is sure to keep plenty on hand.
Of course he keeps ammo. He's a mad scientist. That's heavy, man. That's heavy. But. Ooh. Okay. Now, where's the other ones? But yeah, a lot of the games I've beaten are ones that usually most common people can't do easy. Well, I don't want to say they're common because I think anyone can do it if they really try. But people who don't game as often will have trouble with it. Let's just say that. But,
Great work, Sly. Looks like you really stirred up the hornet's nest. They're launching fighters.
I wonder if the reason this is called the guy's called Dr.m is it's supposed to be a reference to the island of Dr. Monroe.
Shield on 'em. Your cannon won't work. Fortunately, I've upgraded your plate with a missile launcher. Hold down the L1 button to target an enemy. Then release once the cursor starts. The shields are down. Nail that guy before they come back up.
Definitely not.
Those
It's doing
bats
better.
have some
Okay, so we have to.
shield on
We have to.
Your cannon won't work. Fortunately, I've upgraded
There
your
we
plate
go.
with a missile launcher.
Yeah, just have to.
Hold down
Why'd
the
you repeat
L1
the missile
button to
launcher thing? You
target
told me
enemies.
about that just a
Then
second ago.
release once the cursor starts
But-
to blink.
Missiles. But yeah, I wonder if it's a reference to the island of Dr. Monroe because I mean he is using monster or animals and he's doing chimera-like things. So, oops, not like getting good enough in between the. I guess just pressing circle does the like turnaround or whatever you want to call it. Am I actually like? Looks like I'm kind of getting hit too, like with that. Oh, I need more ammo too. Need more ammo. Right, Commander. But I don't even know if people are aware of that story, watching this or not. It's an old story about like basically a man who like tries to, I don't know if he's trying to create the perfect creature or whatever, but basically he goes to this island. This crazy doctor basically goes to this island. It basically just starts piecing together creatures from other creatures, and a person gets caught up in it. And I think he ends up getting. I think he does it mainly to humans. He turns humans basically into like chimeras or whatever, and gives them like animal features or like completely changes them, you know. And yeah, I think the main character ends up getting changed by him as well, if I remember correctly. Although it's been a while since I've read that story, I might be missing bits and pieces of it. But basically, the general concept is it's a man who alters, thinking that humanity could go to the next step by altering with animal like features and stuff like that. You know. But like I said, it's been a while. If I remember the story being pretty interesting. I don't know if it was great. And that's the problem with old media is like you're told it's a classic and all this other stuff. You're told it's a classic and all this other stuff, but then when you actually read it, it might not be as great as you think it is, or it's a classic for specific reasons, but you can't call it like the best writing ever. You appreciate what. Gee, Merry Christmas. You're not starting off well. Or I have to do this mission all over again, unfortunately. Well, there goes that. Dang it. Not just not my day, is it? Like just this whole episode, or just this whole like, just this whole like chapter has been terrible for me in terms of my gameplay. You know, like I just keep like getting hit, like or having to redo the same thing like 5 times in a row. You know, usually it only takes me like 1 or 2 redos to like really improve my gameplay, but still. Yeah, I kept hitting the side of this rock face and getting smacked there. Anyway, about literature. One of the best examples of literature that's a classic, and I think it should be considered a classic, but it's a hard read because of like how it's written and everything like that, is like Frankenstein. You know, the whole book about the man who brings life to another person, you know, through like, you know, basically, you know, patching someone up together, you know, creating this monster-like creature, which incidentally enough, the In the books, the monster, yeah, he's the Frankenstein monster, or the monster. He's not actually Frankenstein. That's the name of the doctor. Actually, yeah, I'm doing a but actually moment there. But hey, is it wrong to like make sure the correct information is presented to folks? You know. But anyway, the whole story of, actually, I think I might have talked about this in a previous episode, or maybe not this game, like in a previous game about Frankenstein, how it's written as letters. And so it doesn't play as a, or it doesn't read as a standard storybook, you know what I mean? It definitely reads a lot differently in the way it's described and whatever. So like the movies and everything obviously take a lot of liberty with what the book. Oh no! Yeah, that was definitely not the right way to go through that one. But I think it should still be considered a classic because of the themes that were presented in the story in the first place. You know, the whole, you know, man playing God, trying to create life, you know, and what is a man? Is he a miserable pile of secrets? No, wait, that was a Symphony of the Night. That's all. But still, I don't know if you're probably talking to this is the right person talking about literature and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of the themes in that book still, I think, definitely hold true, and should be considered. You know, it's kind of interesting how a lot of those classic tales that we know, like from Frankenstein and whatnot, were written at a time where it was basically a game with all these like it was like Mary Shelley. I forgot the other writers. This is what happens when I start talking on a tangent without like looking at my notes. Is Brian? Let's see, I'm trying to remember. It was Mary Shelley, her fiance or husband? I'm not sure if they were married. I think they were married. And then a couple other romantic writers. And it was basically just a contest to write these stories over like a summer, I think, or something like that. But one day I'll have to actually go over look up the history of it and the notes and talk about it. Or if you could also look it up as well. It's not like just look up the creation of Frankenstein or the books that came out of it. But anyway.
Oh boy, here comes the big guns. And by guns, I mean a giant flying whale dragonfly thing covered in robotic junk. Wait, Dr.m is plugged into that monstrosity.
Cooper is skyward. So good, so nice. Tiny felt what it's like to play second fiddle. I am the master here. Sidekick no more.
Well, I mean, when were you a sidekick? I know, he's supposed to be like a sidekick to...
use your missiles to take him out. Save your cannon rounds for Dr.m.
Oh, right.
It'll work just fine on him.
Oh, okay, so we use the missiles on his, okay. Off to a good start. Great. Do I have infinite ammo here, or? It kind of looks like on the side. It's almost, this kind of reminds me of the fight with the clockwork, almost. Because the whole having to fly in something. Actually, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I don't think we had to do that in the second game, though. We didn't have, like, a flying scene. We just... It's been forever since I played that one, too. It's been, like, a year or so. Nah, I knew we were going to have to restart. I always have to do, like, the same thing, like, twice until I can... 2 or 3 times before I can figure it out. Or I get the hang of it. I'm not making as many mistakes. Well, the error is human, they say. Or to play poorly is whatever. I was never of the mind of you have to be perfect in games to enjoy yourself. Yeah. I feel like in some communities, like people feel like everyone needs to play perfectly and know everything about it. But doesn't that make like it's running away? That was pretty psychedelic, I'm afraid. kind of reminds me of some Victrola games or something like that, you know, or something out from like old Atari or games from back in the 80s in the arcade, like the old Star Wars game that had like just all the blocks and everything like that. I miss like maybe that's why I was having to like come on. Oh, I'll just go. It's best just to get out of their way. Yeah, I'm not gonna get right behind you when you do this like fancy like green goo block thingy. I'm gonna just go roll on the side of it, you know, my friend, just to not even mess with that. I wonder if I actually have to hurt him a bit. Because I was hurting him before, but that's because I was like so far back that it didn't matter. Come on. I wonder if I do have to like do so much damage to him. Like, is that something I did? Oh, I was getting dang it. Crap. Ah, crap baskets. Okay, maybe I do have to. Probably a better idea might be to just slow myself. I wonder if I can break. Okay, he's definitely not holding off, so we'll have to, I think we just have to do so much damage to him to try not to get close enough. I wonder if the idea is I'm supposed to like try and there we go.
This isn't working, Bentley. He's literally laughing at us. Just give me time. I'll think of something. I'm settling this now. Face to face. Paragliding over to that creature? You're out of your mind.
Sly is not the smartest tool in the show, but he's usually pretty good about like about his feelings and stuff.
Headstrong, just like your father.
You don't know anything about me or my father.
Really? Who let you in on the secret of this place, eh? Was it my old pal McSweeney, perhaps?
Sweeney works for you? This was all a setup to get the cane.
No, my boy. Once upon a time, he and I worked together for your dear old dad.
My father wouldn't have run with a guy who tried to steal from the Cooper vault, let alone attempt to kill his son.
Time does strange things to people. Just look at the real leader of your gang, Bentley.
Whatever. We're friends. Equals.
Then why is it called the Cooper Gang, you self-centered egomaniac?
That's enough. Time to meet the past. Bentley, you there?
Yeah, pal?
I'm about to head inside the vault, and I want you and Murray to come with me. We're a team, a family. We should do this together.
Okay, be right up, partner.
Nice! We'll have the Panda King give the van a boost. Stand clear, Sly. We're about to get awesome. The fuse is lit. Buckle up, Bentley. We're about to fly. Yahoo!
We're never doing that again.
All right. Well, it seems like Dr.m has a bit of beef with the family. Can we beat him and get our treasure? Get our treasure?
This place is amazing!
Yeah, it's gotta be like at least 100 years old.
An archaeological marvel!
Glad you boys are impressed, cause it looks like I'll have to go on from here alone.
Do it, Sly. This place was built for you. We'll hold down the fort here.
Could be dark in there. My ancestors sure knew how to decorate. Nothing but big piles of gold.
Oh yeah, silver and gold, silver and gold. Nothing much more worth than silver and gold.
This place was started by Sly Cooper II. He built his fortune in the employ of the great pharaohs. That must have been around 1300 BC.
Yeah, it'd be cool to meet a guy like that. That'd be stupid though, wouldn't it? Time travel in a Sly Cooper game. That just seems silly. Anyway, let's go through this place. Looks like we have our standard like platforming section of this area. Whoop! Up! No! Oh man, didn't jump fast enough. I was waiting for a moment. I don't know why I was, but I was. Nothing too difficult. Oh come on! Yeah, gotta stop rushing this, you know. Gotta get in with my. Gotta get my groove on. Gotta ask Stella how she did it. Oh come on! Why are you treating me like that, game? Why are you treating me like a fool? Oh, what is up with that? Like I grab it, I'm trying to. I mean, I know, you know. What's the word? You know, it's going in a pattern forward, right? So you can't like. You couldn't really jump forward and keep up with it unless you're jumping at more than double the speed or whatever you want to call it. But it's a game. Come on, man. We can forgive like actual physics and reality, you know. I mean, we're playing as a sentient raccoon, for goodness sakes, you know. That can use his cane for anything, you know, which most people like a shepherd's cane. That's just silly. But no, it's his thing. No, it looks like a. I just want to sit on an Excalibur, you know. Ooh, a knight. That's cool.
Sir Gallup of the Knights of the Cooper Order. Honorable knight and cunning thief.
Wait, how can you be an honorable knight and a thief? Doesn't that like defeat? Isn't that like antithetical or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. Can you just jump over the? Okay, I can't. Unless there's. Yeah, I was like, how can you be a knight and a thief at the same time? Isn't that whole thing about honor and you know, not, well, I guess it depends on the type of knight or what lord or liege you swear allegiance to. Knights are cut. Wow, walked into that one. And we have to start over. Great. Well, that was my fault. That was a big my bad. Because knights are knights are pretty similar to samurai. Not quite. There is some slight difference between the two. But they do have a lot of similarities. That's why a lot of what the heck? I was like, what was up with that? Oh, I guess I'll have to parachute down. Not parachutes, parachute. You got your Arabian Nights situation here.
Salim al-Qapar of Arabia. It was said that he had the stealth of 40 thieves.
Well, Ali Baba had him some 40 thieves, and Sherahad had 1,000 tales. And all these different Sly Cooper. What next? A gunslinger, you know, from history? I guess we have. I thought I saw it. Okay, I was about to say, I thought I saw like a little grabby thing on one of these balls. The snakes on it with the Ouroboros. That is not Ouroboros, it was Ouroboros! I assume we're going to use this to Whoa, that's making me ill. Alright, what's... oh, not quite. We're not quite there yet. We're at a Viking or Scottish!
The strongest of the Cooper clan, Sly Cooper, could break any lock with a single blow.
Wait, how many different, like, what? Your last name's Cooper, right? How are you Scottish and all this? I mean, family lines could probably, like, have multiple different ties to other groups, especially over centuries and stuff like that. But okay, so sorry, Scotsman. So now what's next? You know, someone from like, well, I guess if I was looking at my time correctly, like, maybe a revolutionary or something like that, or someone from like the French times, maybe. Like a, you know, a noble thief situation or something. But, I wonder what the point of this trap is for. You know? I assume it's just there to just stop like normal people from getting through. Like only a thief or a Cooper could get through, or someone who just destroys this whole place just to get to the treasure. Yeah, I do. It's interesting the parallels between like Cooper's father's group and his group. You know, they have because they talk about how like Dr.m and Sweeney worked for Cooper. So, you know, McSweeney was obviously, well, I mean, you've all figured this out, but McSweeney and Murray are similar to each other, as well as Dr.m and Bentley, and then Sly and obviously his dad. But you know, it almost makes you want to know like an early, like maybe play an early game of like, oh, Samurai. I didn't even think about that.
The Ninja Spire landing was perfected in feudal Japan by Ryoichi Cooper.
Sorry, or ninja. I don't know why I said samurai, because, you know. Anyway. Alright. Ah, it's a stabby sword. The stabby bits. Don't want to get stabbed by the stabby bits. Watch out there. That thing's poking where it shouldn't be poking. Not a cool. Oh, what? Oh, I pressed the circle button. I mean, it's not that. I hate when I feel like I've done something right and it doesn't do it anyway, even though you know you did it. That's why I feel like this game has like a slightly less polish than the second one, weirdly enough. Oh, why did I do that? Oh no! Okay, that was on me. That was all me. That was a big much to do about nothing. Okay, maybe after the ninja one, we'll have like someone like a French aristocrat or something like that. Oh, wait, huh? Okay, that didn't make sense. Maybe it is my controller. Like I said, this controller is pretty old, so I've had to repair it a few times. So I wouldn't be surprised if certain button recognitions aren't catching on like they're supposed to. Okay, where's that time? Because I swear I kept jumping under it, so the circle button wasn't reacting to it. You know, I should be grabbing all these coins just so it's less grinding for me when I have to go back and do this off screen. Because yeah, I didn't buy all the training stuff because can't really buy any of the last minute stuff in this chapter at all. So, but really, I don't need a lot of that stuff anyway. You can get through this stuff with like just doing nothing. Oh no, pirate! Should have thought about a pirate.
Armory at One Eye Cooper sailed the seas and stole from pirates. Guess I really take after her.
What's next? Robin Hood-ish type of character? Oh, I shouldn't have. Well, that was bad news. I don't know why I just tried. Maybe I can get to this before I get hit. Oh, come on! I pressed the circle. But yeah, I was destroying those things without realizing that I needed to. Maybe I needed those just for these, like, luckily these things don't insta-finish you, so there's at least that, I guess. Yeah, well, alright. At this point, it's just, might as well just take the hit. I was about to say, none of these drop in healing, but nope, that's not true. They are dropping healing. Yes. Alright, what's this guy? There we go, there's the gunslinger. Knew it was going to be one of them.
Tennessee Kid Cooper learned to slide along railroad tracks in the Old West.
Huh. Why is his like defined more out of Like, some of the characters I've noticed, some of their models are more defined out of the others. I wonder why that is. Nah, probably no reason. Probably just wanted to show certain characters more than others, I guess. Uh-oh, was that... A little twisty ball thing. Yep. Okay, I don't... Come on, game. That one. What the... What? But I was trying to... Game, you can't do that. You can't break your rules now. So say it. Oh, we just have to stay on it. Oh, huh. Oh, well, I thought it was like, you know, it was a separate like ring or whatever. Like even though it was connected, but I still had to. Oh wait, what was that? I do need it. I'm almost out of. Okay, I do need a double jump. For a second, I was thinking maybe I could just single jump this final bit. This final episode may be a little bit longer. I don't know why. I was thinking I'd be able to get this done within 30 minutes, but I did have to redo some of the early parts, so that's a little bit of dirt on my nose. I think I have to go down here. I assume that's where I need to go next. All right, who we got here? Oh, there's the gentleman. Oh, but he's British this time.
Victorian-era London was the stomping grounds for the most gentlemanly thief, Thaddeus Winslow Cooper.
Thaddeus, you say? That's not British enough, I tell you. But he's a right old gentleman. What are these things supposed to be? Oh, I was about to say, how am I going to get away? Oh, nope. Do we flip anyway? Nope. I think it's when I jump on the other side there. There we go. Nope, before you do that. Yeah, I think because I did that one area, I had to do that a couple of times. It kind of, I'm supposed to jump on this. Oh, well, there you go. Wait, what? Oh, what? Okay. I jumped into it and it smacked me, you know. Well, I did. Oh, that's not too far. I was about to say I have to. I wonder if I'm gonna let this episode run in full, or if I'm gonna chop it down a bit, and we'll decide how I'm feeling on that. I might chop down that boss fight section maybe just to make it as if it was a smooth run instead of me showing my multiple attempts at it or something like that. Yeah, we'll see. I may just leave it as is, just for the not flavor, just the realness of playing this final area here. But so I'm supposed to. No, I'm not supposed to climb on these, right? I'm supposed to. Actually, not. I think I'm supposed to jump on those because I can't, unless there's like a. Huh. But the thing didn't even move, and yet it smacked me. Okay, that smacking me is fine, but why did I turn it on? Am I doing something wrong? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I'm supposed to jump these. I guess I was just jumping wrong or something like that. No, we're almost there. Who's this? Oh, a Wilbur Orville Wright type of situation? Yeah, I guess so.
Besides being a thief, Otto von Cooper was a great fighter ace and mechanic.
Otto von Cooper? Then that means he's on the World War I, or he was on the Austrian side during World War I, huh? Is that really something you want to be proud of? No, I'm just kidding. World War I is definitely one of those, like, not confusing, but it's, well, good start to that. Man, My A game is definitely not on today. That's for sure. Oh, that does not give me, because the green one goes by. You almost have to just kind of rush it, really. Yeah. But yeah, World War One, like that one's a bit not something you can like really say. Oh, there's a clear, obvious bad guy in that one, just because of the. That one's a case of allies and treaties being actually, weirdly enough, people actually, like making good on their promises, basically, which caused everyone else to, like, because basically it was like someone's treaty activated during World War I, and so everyone else had to like react to that treaty, and everyone basically reacted to their treaties all at once. So everyone ended up fighting everyone because too many complicated treaties and all this other stuff like activated. So it's like, well, good. I'm glad you guys are all keeping your word, but maybe you should have like toned it down a little bit first before everyone fighting everyone. You know, could have saved us a lot of trouble.
This must be my father's work. How am I supposed to get through this thing? He made this challenge for a move I've never learned. There's nothing like this in the Thievius Raccoonus. Come on, Dad. Help me out here.